Welcome back to another episode of Expertly Unqualified.
Welcome back, everyone.
We're super excited to have you here today. We are feeling very unqualified today, so you'll kind of see that throughout the episode, but hence why we are called Expertly Unqualified. Um, uh, just a little shout out. If you are watching this on YouTube, listening on YouTube, Spotify, you see us on Instagram, give us the like, the little follow. It takes like 0.2 seconds, means a lot. We can see that a lot of people who watch and listen aren't following us or subscribing or even commenting. We want to hear from you. So just take 5 seconds. That's what we want for our Valentine's Day gift. You're listening to this a day after Valentine's, so you're already late. So come on.
And that's you, Mom.
Yeah, Mom.
I know
Gosh.
you're listening. Just press that follow button.
We
I'm
know
kidding.
you're our one listener. I'm kidding. Guys, we have more than one listener. We have two. I'm totally kidding. We have more than that. But just wanted to shout you guys out. We wouldn't be doing it without you guys. So we want to hear from you and we want to know you following, subscribing, liking, commenting, or if you want to see something from us. We're expertly unqualified, so we can definitely plan some things out. But we have a fun episode for you today. I know it's Valentine's Day weekend, which I feel like it's interesting having Valentine's on a weekend. But it's Valentine's Day weekend. We got the Olympics going on, so we just got a whole bunch of stuff to cover today. But without further ado, we have to fill you in on the news you need to know now. Welcome to WHAT News. I'm your host, Caroline.
I'm your host, Holly.
And this evening, I guess it's morning, whenever you're listening to this, today on WHAT News, we have the important weekly stats you didn't need to know, but now you know. Holly, what are your weekly stats this week?
So this one's pretty impressive. I'm not gonna lie. I used 2 whole tubes of chapstick without losing them.
Really?
Yeah. So this week, so my my expert tip on how to use a whole chapstick without losing. Start off with
Yeah.
10. You'll lose 8. You'll finish 2.
There you go. And you need them all over. Like, you need a car chapstick, you need a 1 or 2 purse chapsticks, you need a nightstand chapstick, you need a bathroom chapstick, because how many times do you lose them?
And right now, I'll be honest. I think at on my nightstand, I have 5 open chapsticks.
And
But they
it's
are different flavors.
there you go. Then it's fine. Then it's totally fine. That is awesome. I can't remember the last time I actually used up a whole chapstick. I don't know if this counts, but I use Aquaphor. But I have, like, the bigger tube, so it's not, like, the little kinda chapstick size. The one I had was, like, 1.25 ounces, so it's a bigger one. I'm almost through with that, so maybe that counts, but it's so good for like, my hands get so dry, so it's good for that, and then perfect for chapstick as well. But very impressive stat.
I actually love those, like, the bigger tube shaped ones
Yeah,
because they're super nice and you can use them without, like, your hands getting super greasy too.
yeah, and with how cold and dry it's been, your hands just crack. But I got a weekly stat going into that. I have 2 this week, actually. The first one is number of days this week that it's been over freezing. I think almost every single day this week has been over freezing, so that would be 7, and that's a great stat to have because I think my dad was saying there was a spout of, like, 2 or 3 weeks in the Midwest where we were below freezing, which hasn't happened for many years. Uncharacteristically, like February, if you're in the Chicagoland area, today you could have gone outside on a walk. It was 50 and sunny. And yes, you'll probably see people in flip-flops and shorts and a sweatshirt because it's summer, basically. And then later on this weekend, it's supposed to be even warmer, and I saw 60s next week, which pretty crazy. And then my other stat has to do with the Olympics. It's the number of times I looked at the screen and said, "You're doing what now?" You decided to hop on this snowboard and do flips in the air, or, like, literally all the Winter Olympics, I sit there and I'm like, "I'm sorry, you're doing what now?" So, I can't even count the number of times I've done that, but yeah, that is one of my other stats this week because at least for like the Summer Olympics, I've seen most of those sports. I've played some of those sports. Oh my god, the Winter Olympics, I'm like, "What?" So, that is my stat of the week. I would also like to say that I do sometimes this is how expertly unqualified we are. I do sometimes try to, like, dress nice, but it was too late for that today, so I was like, "I'm gonna throw a sweater on and look fancy." So, if you see the logo on my shirt underneath my sweater, ignore it. I'm being fancy for you guys, so that's a lot of effort.
Special.
Yeah, so you should know that I tried very hard on this outfit, so if it doesn't go together, ignore it and move on. Additionally, we do like to prepare for our WHAT news segments. And by prepare is I usually have a piece of paper written out with all my stuff because I can't remember anything. And this week was especially crazy week where I couldn't find a piece of paper or a sticky note, literally anything. So when I was brainstorming for my WHAT news, I should have started the episode with this, but I had to write out my WHAT news on a napkin and it worked just fine. You could read it. And I then had the bright idea of, I'll remember this. And so somehow the napkin got thrown out. So if I can't remember all my stats and headlines and stuff, it's because I threw away the napkin that had my information on it. This weekend, I guess I'll be trying to find some sticky notes and some paper.
I think that's one of my toxic traits is that, like, I was a closer for so long, which closing anywhere is mostly cleaning, honestly. I compulsively throw things away without looking at them,
Yeah.
which maybe not good, but I guess it's better than trash. The only exception is my car. My
Yeah.
car is not clean at all.
Mine needs a car wash, but that's another day problem. That's just another day. I need to blow my
That
nose
problem
really
for another.
fast. So yeah, so that was our stats and just a little background. I also should add that I needed to wear my hair in a bun today because my hair was crazy. But if I wear my hair lower, I look bald. So I had to put it literally on the top of my head. So if my hair is crazy and my outfit doesn't match, mind your business, okay? And that brings us into our headlines of the week. Holly, what is your headline of the week?
I hope we haven't mentioned this yet, but I just remembered. Okay, I know we're halfway through February, but
Which is crazy.
so anyone in Chicagoland, the Shred Aquarium has free admission all of February.
Really?
Yeah, so it's halfway over. So if you want to go to the Shred Aquarium for free, go while you can.
I didn't know that. I haven't been there in so long, but that would be a fun activity to do. That's a
And
good
it's free.
headline. Nice. Okay, my headline of the week, Dad, if you're listening, which I know he doesn't listen, but it's fine. I checked the oil in my car. I procrastinated it for about 2 weeks, but I finally checked it today. And you know what? I was right. It needed some more oil. For those of you who haven't seen how to check the oil in your car, because I don't know about you, but I feel like every time my dad sees me, he's like, "Have you checked your oil? When's the last time you checked your oil?" So for those of you who are new listeners, go check out our Instagram post. I went through, my dad was the photographer. It's high quality stuff, and it shows you how to check the oil in your car because if you don't do that, your car might explode, and then you'll have to get a new car. So yeah, I also have a notification or a reminder set on my phone for I think every 2 weeks, and it's literally all caps. Hello, your car will explode. Your car will explode if you don't check your oil. Go check it. And I did push it off for an extra 2 weeks, but it's okay because my car is fine. It's fine. So do as I say, not as I do here. But, yeah, so that was my headline of the week. That brings us into adulting this week. How did you adult this week, Holly? Yep, it's been one of those weeks for me too. I'm like, what have I done?
Eat a lot of vegetables. There we go.
There you go.
So I've been seeing this, I'm gonna say this for trends, but I've been eating a lot more vegetables lately. And I recently just made egg roll to use up like a ton of vegetables. Which it really did. Like it used like a whole cabbage.
Mhm. I would say, like, if you ever have leftover veggies in your fridge and they're like getting a little bad, just make a stir fry and then just throw everything in there with, like, a sauce, and you're good to go. But vegetables, how adult of you. That's very adult of you. So, now I'm blanking on mine. Oh, okay, mine also has to do with food, so who knew? Last weekend was super busy for me, so I had no time to even plan or go to the grocery store. Oh, because last weekend was the Super Bowl. Which it feels so far away, which is kind of funny. So, I didn't have time to go to the grocery store or anything, and our fridge was kind of bare. And past Caroline was very kind to herself and kept all the ingredients in the household to make white chicken chili. So
Smart.
on Monday, I just threw everything together, threw it in the crock pot, and boom, I had dinner, and I didn't have to worry about going to the grocery store. But on top of that, I knew that the rest of my week was gonna be busy, and there was no real good time to go to the grocery store. So what I did was I ordered Aldi groceries and picked them up at my lunchtime. Granted, I don't pick up my groceries all that often, but if you are ever in a time crunch and you need groceries, but you just don't have time and don't wanna think about it, order Aldi groceries because it's so easy. You just go online, you order it basically like if you're on Amazon ordering something to your house, and I think it's an extra $2 just for them to package it up. You drive up to the store, you say, "I'm here," they bring it out, put it in your trunk, boom. I've definitely done this with Target, but I don't really grocery shop at Target, but Aldi's where it's at. Yeah, for $2 extra for peace of mind to not have to walk to the store. You just have to drive there and drive home. Simple, easy, but I always
Also,
forget about that.
when you pick up groceries from Aldi, the extra also covers bag fees.
Yeah, and I mean, the bags are, what, less than 50 cents a piece or whatever, so
Mhm.
you can afford the $4 or whatever to pick up your groceries, and then you just have to drive home.
I love delivery, and mobile. Some of my favorite apps is, Walmart and Target,
Mhm,
not for fresh stuff, but, for pantry and,
yeah.
cleaning supplies, they have free delivery over $35, so you can get anything delivered for free
Yes, and
over
I
35.
it's been bad, but it's so helpful because you're like, "Do I really wanna go to 14 stores?" And Walmart, I will say, is very fast with their shipping. And then Target, you can just drive up as well.
They do send your stuff in a million boxes, but hey.
That's so true. Like, "You're getting 8 boxes shipped to you, all to arrive on Saturday," and no, we cannot combine the boxes. And that brings us to the trends of the week. So, in the spirit of Olympics, because that's what we're discussing later on today, I know that you had some.
Okay, so I'm gonna change mine because
Okay,
I realized I was wrong. It was a different one trend than I thought.
okay, okay, different trend.
Okay, so I finally tried out the Costco 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Wait, you did that? Where it's
Yeah,
like 5 produce, 4 protein, 3 fruits, 2 grains, and 1 something fun?
I thought I was crazy
I
doing it.
I guessed it correctly. I've
I thought I
seen
was
this, but
crazy
I've
doing
never
it.
done it. But okay, can you explain the whole thing? Because I probably just ruined it by being like, "Oh my god."
Okay, so I'll be off camera for a second because I'm gonna be honest, I don't know the correct. I have to look up the correct,
Okay,
I have to look up the correct, order. Okay, so it says you were pretty close though.
okay,
So 5 vegetables, 4 fruits, 3 proteins, 2 carbs, and 1 fun treat.
okay.
But, that's how I got all the extra vegetables, and honestly, I felt crazy doing it, but it was actually pretty good to have a lot of extra produce. I've been on, like, the fiber maxing trend too, which I know it sounds very silly, but it's
Ibermaxing.
it's good for you. It prevents colon cancer. Colon cancer runs my family.
Mm.
It was nice having a lot of, like, fruit to snack on too because for those who know me, I am addicted to candy, and, just, like, having, like, that much extra, like, fruit in the house and, like, vegetables. I got, like, the veggie tray too,
Smart.
which is, like, super easy snacking too, and, like, so
Yeah.
far,
If it's cut up and ready, I'm more likely to eat it.
thing. And I think even though it costs a little bit extra, I've been just cheating and just getting pretty maybe like cut up and or sliced stuff, like just baby carrots.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but if you're gonna eat it and you're
Mhm,
if it's gonna cost a little bit more, but you're gonna eat it, you might as well do it compared to buying, "Oh, I'm gonna buy regular full-size carrots and just never touch them."
mhm,
And then you also think about, like, if you went out to eat, it'd be so much more expensive
mhm.
than that. Oh, I gotta try that. I haven't planned any of my meals for next week, so that will be good. And then I feel like with doing that, you're thinking more about like, "Oh, I have this chicken and rice and broccoli I need to use. How can I remake it into something else, like, later on in the week?" So, wow, that's a good trend. I have seen a lot of people talk about that, and they're like, "Just do this." And yeah. So that's good. I didn't really have a trending topic, so I like that. The only thing I can think of right now is that my my light fixture is just like hanging in the background of my window and it kind of looks like a moon or something. Or like I want to try this. If I go like this, does it look like I'm sitting at the hair salon?
Like you have a little hat.
My little hat my little hat. So if you're not watching us on YouTube, that will make no sense, but it's okay. That's what my brain was going through, just my wonderful light. So, alright. So that wraps up our WHAT news of the week. Very unqualified, and that's okay. So now we are going to go into a fun segment about the Olympics because the Olympics only happen every so often. We're gonna see how this goes. I got my iPad on the side so we can look over what we'll be talking about, and my iPad's at 9%, so we'll see how this goes. But, did you wanna start with the Gen Z thing, or did you wanna start with the regular Olympics?
Let's start with the regular Olympics.
Okay, we'll start with the regular Olympics. I should just start this off with watching the Olympics, it's so amazing to see what these people can do, like, it's ridiculous, and you're looking and you're like, "I'm sorry you can do that? Where have you been doing it?" But then sometimes I think that that's what people think, like, when I played softball or
Yeah,
ran a half marathon, like, you don't think it's well, you might find it challenging, but you're like, "Oh, it's not impossible." And then somebody might look at you and be like, "I think it is quite impossible." So but super fun to watch, and I like watching all the different sports as well.
crazy to think how when you see like, especially like in races, how like one person will just be so far ahead of the rest. Just like remembering that like everyone else is doing 10 times better than you.
Yeah.
It's
Or
crazy to like
or I have to remind
see.
myself, like, if they win a medal, it's probably disappointing to not get gold. But then you
Mhm.
think about, like, how many other people you'd have to beat out to even be there, let alone just, like, get to the Olympics, so, like, that's just impressive being able to go to the Olympics itself. Like, that's insane, and yeah, so I don't it's pretty cool to watch. Where was I? The only reason I know some of these things from the Winter Olympics is because I had the Mario and Sonic at the Winter Olympics Wii game when they were in Vancouver, and that's how I know some of the, like, ski jumps and whatnot, and there was something else that I learned this past week. So, it was like I don't was it like this is probably not the correct term for it, but it was like snowboarding downhill where you just go off, like, one ramp and do one flip. It wasn't like the half pipe. It was something where you just went straight downhill, did a flip, and landed. And so they were going over like the person's name, what country they're from, how old they are, and then it said position or stance or something. And so it said like regular. One of them was slingshot, and you could just see like the coaches pulling the person back and like throwing him forward. And then the other one was called goofy. I said, I'm sorry, you're in the stance of goofy? That's goofy. I don't know. And you're like watching the TV and you're trying to figure out, you're like, okay, well, what's different here? What makes it goofy? Do they go, I don't know, they're like backwards? It's not even that they're backwards. So I found out that, and again, I found this out through a reel. So I don't know how accurate it is, but apparently goofy. So most people, when they snowboard, I think, yeah, snowboard or like skateboard or surf, they are doing it with their left foot forward.
Well, yeah.
Which makes sense because I feel like most people are right-handed, so you're facing the right side. Going goofy is having your right foot forward, and it's because Goofy from, like, Mickey Mouse, when he would surf on TV or whatever, he had his right foot forward. That's why it's called Goofy.
I love all these funny names. I've never heard of that either. So my dad taught me how to ski and snowboard when I was a kid. So he just showed me how, and I never like. I'm not professional. I never like did it competitively, so I never learned anything
Yeah.
else. So I remember like hearing about people talking about like French fry versus pizza. And I was like, what are you talking about?
Oh my gosh, that's funny. Yeah, I've never been skiing or snowboarding, so I don't know how good I would be at it. But I had no idea what stance of goofy. That's goofy. That's goofy. All right, you've come to our fun segment of is this an Olympic event or just adulting? So Holly, let's see if you can guess. Is it Olympic sport or adulting? In this test of raw strength and domestic pride, the athlete must transport 14 weighted bags from vehicle to residence in a single attempt. No secondary trips permitted. Grip strength, strategy, and emotional resilience will determine tonight's champion.
Okay, me. Adulting.
That's definitely adulting. And if you can't tell, when you bring your groceries in, you're not doing 2 trips. No. You're carrying all the weight of an elephant on your back, on your shoulders, on your hands, wrists, whatever you got, and you bring it in the house 1 trip. It should be an Olympic sport. I think this is my favorite one, okay? Armed with a tiny hex key and vague pictorial instructions, the competitor must construct a fictional piece of furniture. Communication with outside parties is discouraged, and tears are permitted but not scored.
Okay, so I know what you're talking about. This is adulting, but it also reminds me of, like, the first time I've ever had to lock a hex key door
Yeah, I forgot about those. Like,
and
you
had to on my own, and I just remember thinking, like, "What the actual F is going on? Like, who designed this?" So for those who don't know, a hex key lock is, like, usually in bar doors where you push a bar to open it. You just stick a hex key in it, and then you turn it, and then you will lock and unlock the door like that, and
I
anybody
couldn't
can.
believe that was how the Starbucks door locked. I'm like, "Oh,
And, like
where's the key?" And then you're like, "Oh, here it is." And it's this weird giant thing that has different hex keys on it.
And, like, I just remember thinking, it's like, you can just bring and they're everywhere. They're, like, all these places. You
You
can
bring
just
your own
bring
in and lock everybody else out. Oh my gosh.
But that is adult.
This was also I think this was more specific to IKEA furniture, but I like your hex key explanation because I did think about that too.
So
I would like
go
the
on, sorry.
people to know that I did finish my last dresser. So the IKEA furniture is finally done after 3 weeks.
One thing I'll say with IKEA instructions is that they really go easy on what is considered required. Like, they will
Mhm.
basically say the bare minimum. Like, I've gotten, like, furniture from IKEA before where they say you only need a screwdriver and there's no pre-drilled holes.
Oh my god.
And, like, some of it was solid wood too, so they're just like, "Screw these screws into solid wood with a screwdriver." Like, what?
You're like, "I don't think it works that way."
I mean, I can, but this is gonna take me hours.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I think what we've come to find out is that a lot of daily tasks we do should be considered Olympic sports with how difficult they are. Um, okay. These are great ones. Let's see. The athlete has received a message reading K, meaning like just the letter K. Judges will evaluate response timing, tone collaboration, and emotional containment. One wrong move could cost them the relationship. That's
I'm gonna
a
be honest, this describes both adulting, but also competitive cheer and dance, and probably figure skating, and
yeah, it's probably a combination. The sassiness in the K, and you're like, well, how am I reading into this? And then you have to respond because you can't just leave him on red because no response is a response. So then you're like, what the heck?
so I'm gonna say this is both any team sport and also adulting.
Yeah, it could be well, it should be a team effort to respond to that as an adult. Because how many times do you screenshot something and then you send it in a group chat and you're like, "What does this mean?"
Especially interpreting text from your friends versus your parents. Totally different.
Totally different.
Totally different. Totally different.
Totally different. That should be an Olympic sport. If you come to find out, this is the adulting Olympics of Expertly Unqualified edition. I think this is pretty accurate. In a grueling late night showdown, the competitor must reorganize the chaotic interior of a dishwasher to achieve maximum efficiency. Plates are stacked, bowls are angled. One wrong placement could collapse the entire structure. That's a lot of work, a lot of pressure to get things right. Especially if you have a mother who rearranges your dishwasher.
This is yeah, my mom doesn't even use a dishwasher, but she would do
Really?
that if she used it. She would do that if she used it.
Mom, I know you listened and I love you, but oh my god, I was never allowed to load the dishwasher at home because it was always done wrong. Wrong.
After moving out, I'll be honest, I'm pretty sure my water bill is usually like $33 a month, and I'll just do what I want.
Yeah, I'm like,
I'll
"Yeah, it's
run the
good enough."
dishwasher twice.
You're like, "It's fine." But yeah, if you can use your Jenga skills to get your dishwasher in the top spot, it's great. But yeah, it doesn't matter what the dish, as long as the dishes get clean, it doesn't matter. But yes, I would load the dishwasher at home and then it would magically be reloaded differently before it was ran. Again, sending love, Mom. Okay, let's see. All right. After navigating an automated menu system, the athlete must remain calm while explaining their issue for the fourth time. Breathing control is critical. Rage penalties apply. Oh my god. Let me tell you, ugh,
I'm
it's so
terrible
bad.
at this. I'm terrible at that. So I know it's probably not the best idea because they can see your history with other employees. I'll
Really?
hang up. Yeah,
I
they
didn't
have
know
your
that.
phone number on a ticket system. So not everywhere, but a lot of places can see like your history
Yeah.
calling in. I'll hang up until I get someone I like.
That's so relatable though.
And like,
Oh my gosh. I had this one, so I have Xfinity for my Wi-Fi. And when I was moving, I needed to order it. And so I was ordering it ahead of time to have it delivered to the new house just so I didn't have to worry about it. And you can do that. You can schedule it like 30 days out. Well, what ended up happening is after I scheduled, we found out that the sellers were going to stay in the house a little bit longer, whatever. So then I went to see if I could just go to the store and pick it up. And so they don't give you a phone number on their website. So you have to do the chat bot. Then you start doing the chat bot and you say, talk to a live person. And they're like, I can help you with your issue. What's your issue? And so you just go back and forth with the stupid chat bot and then nothing happens. And then I forget the first time I somehow was able to get to a live person. They said, yes, we've canceled your shipment. You can go to the store, pick it up. Then, and I said, well, I get an email confirmation because I feel like I always need some sort of confirmation. Otherwise, they're like, you didn't talk to anybody. So then I went and got the no email confirmation. So the next day, I'm trying to contact them. I can help you. What do you need help with? I'm like, no, I want to talk to somebody. They're like, I can help you. What do you need? I'm like, oh my gosh. So then I'm using ChatGPT to come up with a response so that I can get a live agent. And I think that one I was able to get a live agent. And then I got a message, your shipment should be there in 2 days. I'm like, I'm not even at the house, man. And I already picked up the modem or router, whatever the heck it was. I'm like, I already picked it up. Wouldn't you cancel something? So then I was like, I need to talk to a live person. Again, this time it was taking forever and it wouldn't direct me to a live person. So I'm literally like, I want to file a complaint. I'm not happy with the service. I want to cancel my service. Like just anything and everything to try and get like a phone number or talk to a person. So I finally talked to a person and I had to remind myself, I'm not angry at this person. I'm angry at the situation. So I'm like explaining the situation. I'm like, I need you to cancel this order. I'm not in the house yet. I already picked it up. I don't know what's happening. I need you to cancel it. No problem, we can cancel it for you. The next day, arrived, delivered. I'm like, "Oh my god. Oh my gosh." But their service is fine, but I was just like, "Ugh, not with customer service, come on."
I have another unethical tip.
Okay.
It's probably not good because you probably like, if everyone did this, it would overwhelm, like, their employees, but if you're having trouble getting to a real person, you can call a different, totally irrelevant number for the same company. It will take you to a real person. So it's like, for example, it's like
I didn't know that.
you can just call any customer service number at all through the company that will get
Yeah,
you to a real agent. And then you'll say, "Hi, I'm trying to do this." And then go, "You called the wrong number." I'm like, "I'm sorry. What do I do now?" And they're like, "Okay, I'll reroute you."
smart. I did have to do something like that because I ordered a Southwest credit card, but it didn't ship or something, and so when I called, they give you, like, a bad number, and then no one could help you, and then they're like, "Oh, you need to talk to Southwest?" So then they sent me to a person who was, like, who literally worked for Southwest, not the credit card company, and then I was able to, go around somehow, but I think I had to talk to, like, 4 people. I'm like, "Oh my gosh." So, friendly reminder, you're not mad at the person, you're mad at either the company or the situation, so try to be kind to those people. I got 2 more adulting Olympics, and this one hits hard. Vision, nerves, bystanders watching. The competitor has one chance to execute the maneuver cleanly. Reverse, adjust, commit, parallel parking.
I still don't know how to do that. Caroline is a parallel parking king over here. The queen of parallel parking. She knows
Can't
how.
even I'll call myself a princess of parking because 'cause I'm like, some days I'm terrible at it, and other days it's fine. My parallel parking in driver's ed was literally one day, and the instructor basically guided the steering wheel the entire time. I didn't learn
I
to do it until I was, like, 21.
I didn't like my driver's ed instructor for a lot of reasons. I have personal beef with her. Anyway, but yeah, no, so she didn't teach driver's ed very well, and we never did parallel parking. For some reason, when I got my driver's exam, they failed me 4 times or 5 times, I forgot,
What?
because I couldn't parallel park.
You
And
had
then
to parallel
finally,
park on your driver's exam?
I've never heard anyone else have to.
I didn't. I had to back around a corner. I'm like, "What the hell is this?" And then they're like, "Well, anytime you back out of a driveway, you're technically backing around a corner." Like, "Oh, okay." No, I didn't have to parallel park. Why would they do no one would have their driver's license then if you had to parallel park on your driver's test.
And, I know, it's just so silly, absolutely silly, and when I had it like, I had to take the exam again, um, to renew my license because I wasn't driving for a while. You can just, like, when I moved back to Illinois, you only have to do the three-point turn
Yeah.
because they have a manual in Illinois of what they're supposed to test on the exam. I just think that she was just doing it.
She's just like, "I don't like you. Fail." That's so
Yeah,
mean.
this was also in a small town too,
You would
like,
think they'd let everybody pass.
I'm gonna be honest, like, like, small towns are so stress-free to drive through, there's no cars.
Yeah. And there's no place to parallel park out there.
No! There's
No,
literally nowhere.
there's no place. No place. Well, that's we gotta find out if anybody else had to parallel park for their
So
driver's
I'm
ed.
gonna still say that's not
Yeah. All I can remember it takes a lot of time, and I the only reason I got good at parallel parking is because I had boyfriends from the city, and you have to parallel park, and so I'm pretty good at parallel parking only on one side. The other side's a little scary, but I just remember one time I was dropping my boyfriend off at his house, and it was after, like, a 4-hour car ride, and I drove straight through, and I was just so over it, and then when it's the end of a long car ride, nobody in their right mind wants to fricking parallel park. I go to parallel park, I just keep hitting the curb, and I'm so angry that and tired, I'm like, "I'm so over this," so I'm like, "You park it." So I just got out of the car, and he parked it for me. I was like, "I'm so over this," after hitting the curb 8 times, but it's fine. Okay. I'm curious to see your reaction on this one. In this multi-phase event, fabrics must be separated by color, washed under proper temperature conditions, and transferred at peak timing to avoid mildew. Efficiency is everything.
Adulting.
Yeah, that's adulting at its core. Do you separate your laundry by color,
I do, but when I
like
think about it though,
darks and lights?
I do, but I've been thinking about it. I've been thinking about it. All my
Yeah.
clothes are black.
I was gonna say, there you go, so you don't even have to separate anything.
So I do separate my, like, towels and sheets. So I was like, "Yeah, I totally separate by color." I'm like, "No, I don't. I just separate towels and clothes." But one thing
That's what I do too.
I've been really liking, I know I've used, like, laundry sanitizer in the past because it gets rid of, like, the stink if you let the
Mhm.
laundry sit too long. It gets out the smell. But I recently switched to just using liquid ammonia because it's the same thing. But I guess the name liquid ammonia, I think ammonia just sounds kind of creepy. So at first I was
Yeah.
kind of scared using it, but it's like literally, it's so cheap. Like the laundry sanitizer, depending on where you are, it's like over $10. And like the ammonia is like $1. It's like the
Where
same
do you find
chemical.
that? I've never even heard of that.
Apparently, they just sell it like Walmart, Target. I've been buying some from the Dollar Tree too, but it's literally just liquid ammonia, unscented, and you just, like, throw in, like, a capful or 2, and it does the same thing as laundry sanitizer, but cheaper.
Interesting. Well, that is all that I had for the adulting Olympics. Holly, did you want to talk about the Gen Z Olympics that we could be having? And I realize, are you? Nah, you're not Gen Z, are
I'm
you?
on the cutoff of
Yeah, you're on the
millennial and
cutoff.
Gen Z, so I'm both and neither at the same time.
You're just like, yes, yes. So, in honor of the Olympics, we did the adulting Olympic style, if you couldn't tell. Um, And so now, if Gen Z were to have the Olympics, which I just thought was just an intriguing topic to discuss, there'd be a few different divisions, hopefully. And so, one of the divisions, and Holly, I'm curious to know which one you would be the best at, which event. In the social media division, we have competitive soft launch relationship posting, caption writing under pressure, most aesthetic photo dump, reposting stories without looking chronically online, and strategic unfollowing without drama. Which one of those
Ooh,
events would you be good at?
I would say strategic unfollowing because
Okay.
I think I block too many. Which one do you think you would be best?
Fair enough. Okay, I do like writing captions, but I need some assistance with writing them. So I would say probably aesthetic photo dump. And if I did one today, it would be a lot of pictures of food. So I think that's aesthetic enough. But I do have to say, some people are so good at posting, like, I don't even know how to describe it. You're just rolling through their photo dump and you're like, wow. I especially love when there's like little words on it and it's in like a curly font. I don't know how to describe it, but we could
Especially
find
when it's
people.
that and then the sparkle.
Yeah, the little like star. Yeah. I need to learn how to do it because it's really aesthetically pleasing to me. And we can be the judges of it. We can have our own Gen Z Olympics. Okay, now moving on to the communication division. And Gen Z people don't like to communicate. I'm kidding. Okay, the first event is decoding K, which we talked about earlier. So just the letter K versus okay. I don't this is so hard to describe without you
Okay.
seeing what I'm reading. Okay with 4 Y's at the end.
Okay.
Okay. Fastest reply without seeming desperate. Crafting the perfect sorry, just seeing this text. Or voice memo endurance over 4 minutes. Oh my gosh. This is a category I'd be good at.
I would be good at that too.
Yeah. Um Fastest reply. I used to worry about that all the time of like, "Ooh, when can I respond back to this text?" And that was like in high school where you're like so worried about like, "Oh my god, I need to respond." I've also found where I'm just so used to like at my job, I respond to a lot of emails and stuff, and it's just natural to be like, oh, I'm gonna stop what I'm doing and answer this email really fast and just respond right away. So sometimes I get texts and I'm like, oh, I need to answer them right now. And then I realize I'm like, I don't even have an answer, so I don't need to respond right away. Sorry, just seeing this text. That's hilarious because I don't know how many times I've responded to someone in my head but forgot to text them actually. And then voice memo endurance. I do have to say sending a voice memo is so nice because sometimes I'm like, I don't feel like typing this all out. And who wants to read a text bubble that's 14 pages long? So just listen to me rant and then it disappears. It doesn't have to be saved, it just disappears. And so I've been hopping on the voice memo train.
And I've been trying to start moving to the voice memo. I wasn't on voice memos until recently. I was
Same.
on screaming at Siri for the longest time. I still screaming at Siri is still my natural state, but the typos are atrocious, and I have bad typos in the first spot place.
Yeah.
But no, I've had some unhinged Siri typos, so I think I'm trying to get in the habit of doing voice memos instead.
Yeah. You could be like calling mom or call mom and they'll be like calling Jeffrey and you're like, no, I didn't even stop. Yeah.
Especially because a lot of my
Or
family
voice to
don't have
text is pretty bad
yeah,
too.
voice to text is bad, and, a lot of my family don't have iPhones, so it doesn't say "Send with Siri." So
So they have no idea. They're just like, God, Holly, what are you on?
yeah, literally.
What are you doing? Yeah. Yeah. Voice memo's where it's at. Except I was nervous because I did send a voice memo to my mom, and I have no idea if she's ever seen or heard one before. So she's probably looking at this. She's like, why does this text have this squiggly line? I'm kidding. All love. I feel like I'm picking on her. That's okay. First the dishwasher, then the voice memo. But she responds back to it, so I know she's heard it. And she laughs at it or just leaves it alone. So I know she's listening, which is good. The next Gen Z thing, survival division. Okay, here are the events: checking your bank account without flinching, turning a $17 grocery haul into 4 meals, making plans and canceling politely, finding parking in a city, or apartment decorating on a budget. Which one would be
Ooh,
your top category?
those are all good. Oh my gosh, so hard. That's so hard. That's so hard. Okay,
Yeah. You want me to go first while you think?
yeah, you can go first while I cook.
Okay. While you cook. You don't want to be chopped, so you gotta cook. I'll let her cook. Okay, checking your bank account without flinching. I've done it, so I couldn't get gold in it. Maybe I could get bronze. I probably could get bronze. Okay. I did flinch a little bit after putting down payment down on a house. But I think that's that's a time to flinch. Turning a $17 grocery haul into 4 meals. I don't know what you're buying with $17.
A
I
plus at
don't.
this.
Okay, so you're getting gold in this. I probably did not place DNP or DNF, did not finish. So take it away.
My go-to is I say we're having Chipotle for dinner. It's actually just rice and beans.
You're like, yes, we're having Chipotle for dinner. That's a $17 meal that will last 4 meals.
It's so easy. And then also, like, I've been buying cabbage instead of lettuce because I don't eat my lettuce on time, and cabbage lasts longer.
Cabbage does last a long time. Okay, there you go. You got rice, beans, and a salad.
Same with I don't think it's good because I let things go bad sometimes, but I'm compulsively buy sale items
Mm-hmm.
just because they're on sale.
Oh, yeah, I've been there before. And you're like, oh, I'll eat it. It's on sale.
But anyway, I it's just
All right, so
fun.
you're getting gold in that category. I'm
Yeah, I'm
getting
getting
a
gold in that
DNF, did
category.
not finish. Making plans and canceling politely. I have the opposite where I say yes to like 40 bajillion things and I can't cancel. But I do sometimes get happy when people do have to cancel and reschedule because I'm like, oh, good. I kind of wanted to too. So it worked out.
I don't know if I'm good at this because every time I cancel, it's just because I'm like having an emotional breakdown. So I'm not sure if that's considered polite.
I think it depends on the situation.
Anyway,
Okay,
I'm gonna
finding
say
parking. Sorry, go ahead.
no. You go on. Go on.
Okay, the other two events in this category: finding parking in a city and apartment decorating on a budget. Parking in a city. I don't go to the city, so don't have to find parking. Boom, gold. No, I'm kidding.
In
Uh,
Chicago, you can use Spot Hero to get a part, like a
I
cheap spot
have
anywhere.
used that, and it is very helpful. Most of the time, though, if I'm in a place that I'm not used to, I will park so far away, and I don't care. So, yeah, I'm getting a DNF on that, did not finish. Apartment decorating on a budget. I do have to say I do a lot of things on budget, so I'd say bronze, just 'cause of the budget part, but I haven't decorated at all.
I say past me got a gold, current me I haven't even decorated my apartment, so I'm gonna say fail.
Did not finish, did
Did
not
not
complete.
finish.
That's okay. You had a good run at the where were they, 2022? Beijing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Were they? I forget. They keep mentioning it. I'm like, "Oh, yeah." Anywho. Okay, this one, I'd be really good at this. This would be my category, I think. Okay. In the category of emotional events, Gen Z edition, event 1, overthinking a text. 2, romanticizing your morning coffee. 3, crying but still going to work. And 4, healing era speed run. This is coming at me hard.
well, these are coming at me. I used to be really big on, like, the coffee, but now I think my morning coffee is just sad, where it's just like, "It is 4 AM. Drink this now fast."
Chug.
Chug.
Yeah, I feel like on the weekends it's easier to do the
Oh, yeah.
romanticizing coffee part, but not every day, and that's probably because I don't if I can sleep in, I will. So I'm not waking up an hour early to just drink a coffee. I will say romanticizing a bit is I do make a latte pretty much every morning, so that feels fancier than a K-cup, you know? So maybe that's a silver for the fanciness. Overthinking a text, I do that 24/7,
Oh, I do that too.
and I don't know where it comes from, so I would be gold. I'd be golden.
Golden. I get the gold medal. I'm already ready.
Yep, we're ready to receive our gold medals. Crying but still going to work. I would say, yeah, I would say going to work and then crying. That's like my cries after work.
I have been on a really good streak. Have you seen me cry at work? I used to cry at work a lot.
I don't recall.
No, I've definitely cried at work. But okay, so I would say past me cried at work all the time. During the pandemic, terrible. Being a supervisor during the pandemic, terrible. I cried a lot. I had no shame. So I'd say, um, well, but honestly, like my life is a lot less stressful. I haven't cried at work in a really long time. I think it's been
That's
like
good.
a year. It's good.
Yeah. All right, and then the last event was healing era speed run. I'm gonna take this as like what is it? Doing like a self-care speed run. That's how I'm reading into it. I'm pretty good at that. I would have to say gold. I've been doing a lot of Epsom salt baths with bubbles, of course. I got these like under eye patches. I need to remember what brand they are. They are amazing. And I've been remembering to use lotion more often. So that's my self-care speed run. How about you?
I think did not finish. I have not been good at self-care lately.
You know, have you ever seen those videos where people are like, "Get ready with me," and then they have 15 products they put on their face? Well, I got it down to do 4, but they're all different. And I feel like once I do that, I'm like, "All right, I'm ready for the day." So that's my speed run of like, "All right, I can do it fast." And when I do it, I feel reset. So I have the toner, I have some prescribed stuff for my face, then I have moisturizer, and then have you ever seen those like under eye sticks? They're like little glue
Yeah.
sticks you put underneath your eye. They work so well. So that's what I got. That's what my speed run would be is like, if you have 2 minutes to get yourself in a better mood, what are you doing? I can do that in 2 minutes.
I did get a retinol under eye roller, and it's actually
Oh,
really nice, and it's, like, cooling. It feels fancy.
I like the cooling sensation under the eye. Okay, the last and most exciting event or category of event. Air fryer optimization. The second event, Tupperware lid matching. Third event, speed getting ready in 12 minutes. Fourth event, scrolling for 2 hours but saying, "I haven't been on my phone." And the fifth event in this category, detecting red flags within 3 business days.
I'm getting gold straight through. Straight through. Okay, what about you?
Okay, I just recently got an air fryer, so I'm still working on that. And I would give it a bronze. I've learned how to use it, so
I love my air fryer. I use it all the time.
it's
More than
really good. Go ahead.
no, you can go.
I was just gonna say, I made brats and Italian sausage and just air fried them, and it's so nice not having like the grease splatter at you. Um, and I've done some like vegetables. I'm trying to think, nothing super fun, like chicken nuggets. That's normal. I got some. That reminds me, I have some waffle fries in my freezer, but then it's kind of hard to clean up. But what have you done with your air fryer?
My dad bought me an air fryer that's dishwashable, which sounds crazy, but the basket is dishwashable safe. It's a Ninja one. Very nice,
Mm,
but
that is nice.
it's perfect for lazy meals where I just throw in like one of my favorite ones is tater tots or any frozen potato with
Yum.
broccoli and shredded cheese. It's healthy-ish. It's pretty healthy. It's delicious. It's easy.
That sounds good.
Leftovers, so good in the air fryer. Any freezer food. I'm a big fan of freezer food.
Yeah, freezer food. Yum. All right. The next event in this category is Tupperware lid matching. I grew up in a household that had very organized Tupperware. So I feel like I would get at least silver or gold while trying. And at my new house, we have like a drawer. I've never seen this before. It's like storage thing where it's got pegs that you can move around on the bottom so you can really organize your Tupperware. So I need to go back through and reorganize it, but I feel like in a pinch you could give me the bottom part of a Tupperware and I'd be like, here's the lid. Or if you showed me the lid, I'm like, here's the container that goes with it.
This probably isn't a good solution, but I got rid of almost all of my Tupperware and now I only have the same shape.
That's actually pretty smart.
So,
That's smart.
and I guess I also have like the little tiny sauce ones for like dips and stuff.
Oh yeah,
And then I have the big ones for like cut up water. But that's basically what I did. I just got rid of almost all of it except the ones that match.
smart. Okay, the third event is speed getting ready in 12 minutes.
Yeah, I did that this morning.
I was gonna say this makes me laugh because I usually do that. And then I keep seeing, this is somewhat related, but I keep seeing on Twitter and it's like, there's some people just ask like the most random questions on Twitter and they're like, girls, how many people really show up every day with like no makeup on and how do you feel? I'm like, I'm sorry, you want, yeah, I feel great. You want me to sit there and put on makeup? Like I can't imagine. Now granted, I work from home. So like I don't have to impress anybody. I just have to be me, myself, and I. But even when I go in the office, I'm like, who is taking the time every single day to pick out an outfit, do their hair some way, and then a full face of makeup? I've never been a
Hmm.
full face of makeup kind of gal. If anything, maybe like mascara, blush, and a lip gloss, but like I could never spend a lot of time on my face. That would just, there goes my sleeping time.
When I was in high school, I loved makeup and I was a full face everyday kind of girl.
Really?
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I only stopped because I got too lazy to wash my makeup brushes.
Oh my
But
gosh, you're like, I guess this is the end of.
I guess it's like, okay, well, these fell on the floor. I'm never doing my makeup again. I will just keep these in a drawer until I wash them. But honestly, it's one of those things where you can just set expectations. Where if you just go into work wearing no makeup, you just go into social settings with no makeup, no one will ever say anything to you about ever
That's
like
true.
being tired. Like no one will ever care.
Yeah. I mean, that's you to you, but also, like,
Uh-huh.
some people use fancy makeup. That's so much money.
I know.
I got my, like, $3 e.l.f. mascara that works well, but now you gotta take it all off. That's the hardest part. I'm like, I don't feel like I just leave my mascara on and then I shower and then I have raccoon eyes. And I'm like, "Don't look at me, it's fine." So I think I'd get gold in that for sure.
um Today too, like I woke up at 4:12. I had to be work at 4:30 a 7-minute drive, and I got there
Oh my
on
god.
time.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, there's just something you're like built up. You're almost like a firefighter. You just wake up, you put on all your clothes, and you're out the door serving coffee to America. Um, okay, then there's two last events. Scrolling for 2 hours, but saying, I haven't been on my phone. That's pretty relatable. I tell
Very
myself,
relatable.
I'm not gonna scroll that much. And then I just look and I'm like, I guess it's been a while. I've been on my phone. Whoops.
I also act like I'm never on my phone, but I'm only on my phone at super weird times, like after midnight to 3 a.m. So that's like another reason why I'm a terrible texter because I don't want to bother people when they're sleeping, but I'm just never on my phone at a normal time. So I'm like, yeah, I'm never on my phone, but meanwhile, I'll be like up all night on my phone.
So does it count? Is it bad scrolling if it's like past midnight? Because like what else are you gonna do? I mean you could sleep, but like if
Sleep.
you decided you're not sleeping, then I feel like that's a good use of time. You know? The whole
Like,
world is
no,
sleeping, so
too
not
late to read
you.
a book, too late to watch TV. Scroll.
Yeah. Yeah,
Can't make noise.
definitely. Exactly. Exactly. Okay, and then the last event, detecting red flags within 3 business days.
Yeah, I used to be bad at this, but through lots of therapy, I think I can pick up.
You think so?
But I think I'm bad at like intermediate red flags, if that makes sense. But I can pick up
Yeah.
like huge red flags. Like,
Oh, okay. I haven't gotten there yet, so maybe I'll work on that for the next 4 years, for the next Olympics, and, we'll see how that goes, but I have not worked on that enough. But I guess we should total up our medal count. We got 4 gold, 3 silver. I'm totally kidding, but we crushed our Olympics, I can tell you that much. We crushed it, and no one else is doing it. So we hope you enjoyed our Gen Z Olympics and our adulting Olympics. And you know what? Everybody deserves a gold star today. So give yourself that gold star. I'm not taking away one thing from what the people in the Olympics are actually doing, but just a friendly reminder that you deserve that gold star. And maybe not everything you're doing is gold worthy, but you can keep working on it for 4 years and come back, and you can get
you
that
know,
gold.
even though you may not have a solid gold medal, you still deserve a glittery.
Exactly. Yep, and that is our expertly unqualified take on the Olympics. Which brings us to our final segment of the episode of our expertly unqualified rant and expertly unqualified advice. Holly, do you have a rant this week? If not, I have one.
Yes. Okay, you can go.
Okay, so you know how when people start putting up their Christmas tree, like October 1st, and people come at them, they're like, "What are you" there's either a train of thought of, "What are you doing? It's not even October," versus, "You gotta celebrate the holiday because the winter sucks, so you need some joy." Okay, I wanna know on the flip side, when is it not allowed to keep having your Christmas lights up outside? I've been running around the neighborhood, walking the neighborhood. There are so many households in my neighborhood that still have the light up reindeer, the candy canes, the colorful lights around the house. I'm like, at what point are you going to take that down? Because I think it's Valentine's Day. I think you've had more than enough time to take your stuff down. And so everybody who's attacking people who puts their stuff early, can we now attack the people who won't take their stuff down?
It's
I'm asking
especially
for a friend.
crazy when they still keep it on.
Yeah. Now granted, I'm not walking at night or running at night, so I can't tell if they're on. You know what? Some of them were on, actually.
Yeah, no,
But
I have been seeing some that are on.
I'm like, "When are you gonna take them down? 4th of July? Not cool." But I'm like, why wouldn't you just take them down? I could understand sometimes the weather is terrible, but, like, why don't you just take them down? I wanna
Just
know.
do it. Just do it.
Just do it. And then do you have any advice for the peeps this week?
I think I've been spitting some advice throughout this episode, so I didn't wait. What about you?
My expertly unqualified advice of the week is to be kind to yourself and keep stuff in stock to make at least one dinner So in case you have absolutely no groceries, you know you can at least make that one dinner. And you know what? Your freezer and air fryer might be your best friend when that happens.
A little cheaper than takeout, so and delivery, so don't feel bad.
That's true. I was kind of laughing because I saw a commercial that Pizza Hut was giving where you could buy a heart-shaped pizza, and it's a medium one topping pizza. Guess how much their sale of the heart-shaped pizza was?
15.99.
99 for like a tiny ass pizza. I'm like, I'm sorry.
They're small too.
First
That's
of all, who's
ridiculous.
who's going to Pizza Hut? And second of all, why is a tiny pizza so expensive? Go to Aldi and you can get like I swear it's like a 30-inch pizza for $8 and they're so good. So that's my advice. Go get an Aldi pizza because
Aldi
don't
and
waste your
Costco
money.
are the best pizza.
They do. That's good pizza, yeah. Now I'm hungry. All right. Well, thank you so much for listening and watching Expertly Unqualified. You can find us on Instagram at Expertly Unqualified. You can find us on YouTube at Expertly Unqualified. And guess what? You can find us on Spotify at Expertly Unqualified. We'll catch you guys next week. Bye.
All right, that's a wrap on our episode of Expertly Unqualified. If you stuck around this long, you're either extremely loyal, extremely bored, or extremely caffeinated. Either way, we love that for you. Make sure to follow us wherever you get your podcasts and leave a review if you laughed, related, or were personally attacked by something we said. Find new episodes and more on our website, thepodmates.com. And don't forget, follow us on Instagram and YouTube at Expertly Unqualified. Send us your stories, questions, or weird hot takes. You might just hear them on a future episode. We are, as always, Expertly Unqualified. Conversation's so fun, you'll forget we have no idea what we're doing. Was it Podmates production?